Welcome back. We're here to preview Saturday's Premier League game between QPR and Man U. Miles, we'll start with United defeat at home to Southampton on Sunday.
It was a really disappointing defeat, wasn't it? Just not just the fact that they lost to one of their top four rivals, but the manner of the defeat as well. Such a limp display. They didn't have a single shot on target, which is the first time that's happened to them at Old Trafford for 7 or 8 years in the Premier League, I think. So it's such a disappointing one, especially with such attacking talent at their disposal. They got the likes of Rooney, Van Persie. Obviously, Falcao wasn't in the squad. We'll talk a bit more about that later, but that was just such a disappointing result for them. Southampton defended really well, you have to give them credit for that, but United just couldn't get through. The likes of Schneiderlin, Font at the back was superb as well. It was a really disappointing display for them.
Definitely, and obviously that saw Southampton leapfrog them and go third in the table. And United now they're only 1 point clear of fifth. And at one point in the season, it did look like sort of Chelsea, City, United would pull away in the top three, but that's not the case anymore. And it gives hope. Their position in the table gives hope to the likes of Arsenal, obviously Spurs, who even though they lost last weekend, and Liverpool are improving as well. So I think the top four race is certainly back on because, like I said, about a month ago, it really did look like the top three would pull away a bit, and there'd be only one Champions League place to fight for. So yeah, interesting in the table at the moment.
Yeah, and the big news coming out of United this week has been Falcao, his future. Obviously only on loan at the club at the moment, but when he first came, he was expected to get a permanent deal at the end. But to be left out of that squad, Van Gaal said it was because he had players coming back from injury who wouldn't be able to last the whole game. So he needed to pick different substitutions from the bench, which it's a valid excuse really. But if he's such a key player to the side, you don't miss out on a squad like that really. And when they just looked toothless up front without him, they needed a goal. And he could have been the man to bring on to do that, and he was just completely gone. He wasn't in the squad. There's talk about him leaving Old Trafford early. He's since denied that. But there is a bit of a rift apparently between him and Van Gaal, so it'll be interesting to see how that develops now.
Yeah, and if there's any sort of disruption at the club, QPR will be trying to take advantage of that. Obviously, they did lose last weekend. Another away defeat. That's 10 in the league now. Lost every single away game, and it was a game they would have fancied. Going to Burnley, one of their relegation rivals. They would have fancied, ending that terrible run of form there. They couldn't do it. Charlie Austin obviously on the score sheet again against his old club, but they went down to defeat 2-1. Burnley's 2 goals, to be fair, they're both really good goals, but Harry Redknapp, you must just wonder, are they going to get an away win all season? Because the way it goes on, it must become even harder to get wins on the road. Just so disappointing. Obviously, 19th in the table now, they are really struggling.
Now, I think from the Burnley goals, from an attacking point of view, they'd say they're good goals, but defensively, QPR should have done so much better than them. They were both very avoidable. It was poor defending from them, and that's been one of their major problems away from home, especially in at home. Now, they're still unbeaten in 7 in the Premier League at home, but they're starting to go off the boil a little bit. They're without winning 3 in all competitions now at home, and Charlie Austin hasn't scored in those 3 games either. And considering he's got 13 league goals all season, he's really the key man for them beyond any others to get them out of trouble. And as you say, they need to improve their away form. Home form, it's all good. They've got 19 points at home. All 19 of their points come at home. It's a superb record, really. But you're not only going to survive on home form alone. And obviously, they need to keep that going. That's a key element of staying in the division. But as you say, away form needs to improve as well.
Certainly. So what's your score prediction for this one?
Well, as we say, QPR, they've given some of the big teams a tough time at home. And United, coming off the back of that Southampton defeat with a bit of disruption at the club, I think QPR might get something out of this. I'm going to go for 1-1 draw.
1 draw. I actually think it's going to be a draw as well. United, I think they've only won 2 away games all season. Obviously, you mentioned QPR's form at home is much better, so I'm going to go 2-2. So both can't separate these sides. Thanks for watching.